As the world turns, so does ammunition in a chamber. Not a constitutional ranger, but a censor and danger for the stranger who doesn't choose to walk the path of yellow brick. A man who takes the life of another is a lunatic, sick to think he plays the role of the Lord. We can't afford for you to take lives at your own accord. I'm here to celebrate life, not to take one. You don't appreciate the life you got until you make one. Make one for yourself first, and then take a listen to how you're sounding as you prosecute the world and execute your surroundings. Blaming your environment, man, I ain't buying it. The future's like a gun, if you don't build it, there won't be one. Ignorance is a true barometer. When the get told clicks off like the numbers you see on my odometer. Look at the thermometer, cause things are getting heated. My people bleeded, were greeted, and seated, beaten, mistreated, bleeded, defeated, retreated, but we don't need it. Not here in America. Watching the news makes TV only look scarier. Everyone eventually dies, but so few really live. That's why I got a lot of love to give. So before we revolve, we've got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we've got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we've got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we've got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Catching dirty looks now with every little step I take. Every move I make gets me closer to my wake. I feel it's me against the world just like Tupac. Thinking every tick on the clock will be my last talk, but I won't sell out and buy a Glock. There's no way that I can shoot you if there's no gun in my future. Maybe it would suit you better if we all went out and bought a Kevlar sweater. But I don't sweat ya, the media gets ya all hyped up over some shit that they made up. They got you going out like in a game of catch. Have a shovel in the bullshit, you just open up the hatch. I think I found a match if we take it in precision. What you call wisdom and journalism is sensationalism. And the television is Boulder in Colorado. Newscasters know to serve as fucking role model. In the sky, sell a lot of the boys and blues. So bad boys, what you gonna do? Trigger got no heart or arm, it's only you to pull it. A wise man uses more brains than less bullets. Don't ever get jailed if a close shaver rocks half edge. But first you gotta know the left. So before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. I'm the public enemy, bringing terror to your dome. When I see your ass is on, don't go reaching for your chrome. I'll have ET phone at home and tell his people how I'm feeling. Problems to the ceiling, planets in need of healing. Drive-bys on highways and driveways. You must have seen Scarface to really think that crime pays nowadays. My face ain't scarred, just my heart and my soul. For thee the bell and toll, but not for Bob Dole. Loophole in the law attacks the youth of today. He's a large supporter of the NRA, and the NRA is anti-law enforcement. But Newt, Graham, and Hatch are still giving their endorsements to men like Neo. I like to break him off, just give me room. He must be into rap because he likes it when it goes boom. So it's time to stand and not too far behind Knox. I think that she's just jealous cause I better eating box. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Recipes for bombs are on the bulletin board. Current going that it's a priority. Repeal the gun ban over Clinton's authority. And Wayne LaPierre, it ain't fair to label ATF as street thugs. I think that you're the one that must be on drugs. Cause you compare Nazi liquidation to disasters like the standoff in Waco. Give me a break, bro. But what about the standoff Idaho and Ruby Ridge? Randy Weaver lost his wife and his 14-year-old kid. I feel your pain. But in Miami, someone's called the wreck named Carlos. Garcia Tech 9 Intro Tech. Carlos is a member of the ASSC, lobbying association for the gun industry. We really need to change some things. The sale and distribution of guns raise a profit off gangs. I find nothing special on a Saturday night with Bruce Jennings is home and he's beating his wife. The Daniels want to make an honest living with assassination devices. What the hell can they be giving to the NRA's 3.5 million members? And extremists with racist agendas, malicious, exist in at least 36 states. They KKK the skins and other groups that hate. Louis Dean got a dream. Well, Metzger and Pierce, but now it's on the target for the guns they bought a tears. Got my tears. Can't you see where we're coming? We even got our own people running, even faster than Le Mans, yo. The death we're mourning like a lion, yo. Like the fine, yo. We gotta just stay cool. Start with the children, but teach the golden rule. The youth need to be taught the right way, not by the NSA. SSF and Bob Del Fay. I fail to be thrilling that frustrates you, hesitates you, humiliates you. Then I cock back, hair stands up straight. I'm 22, but 22 will calibrate my faith. Self-expression on the outside, exposure inside. How does it feel when we turn? That's how I realize. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. Before we revolve, we got to evolve and resolve the problems that we face as a human race. The problems that we face as a human race. The problems that we face as a human race. The problems that we face as a human race. The problems that we face together. Stop.